Welcome to Live Well with Banter, a new podcast produced by Hayward and Stuff Productions for Live Well with Cancer. I'm Ben Elliott from Live Well with Cancer, or the regulars at the Live Well Hub, Maureen's son. Today, I'm with an ambassador of our charity and a very big supporter, Emma Campbell. Welcome to the podcast, Emma.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
It's our absolute pleasure. Is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast.
Well,
I'm very excited.
We're very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. So the podcast today is going to be in kind of three phases. The first bit, we're going to talk about Live Well with Healthy Habits, a project very close to my heart. Then we're going to talk about Newcastle United, another project very close to my heart. And then we're going to exactly. And then we're going to talk about Live Well with Cancer, another project close to my heart. Perfect. So would you like to introduce yourself just to the audience and let everyone know who you are?
Yeah, so my name is Emma Campbell. I am a 41-year-old mum of three, and I am a person who has had cancer, which is obviously why I'm so supportive of this amazing charity, and just absolutely love being involved with everything that Live Well with Cancer does.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. So first off, we're going to start with Live Well with Healthy Habits. Now, you actually came to one of these workshops when it was called the Wellbeing 9-a-Day.
I did, yes.
So this is something that's very close to my heart, and it's about the 3 pillars of wellness and how we can kind of improve our health and well-being. So I'm just going to run through 9 questions here, one after the other. Now, I gave you these ahead of time, so hopefully you're kind of quite happy with what's coming. So first off, what's one intention you have for the future?
I'm going to stick with one that I keep telling myself I'm going to do, and that is get my juicer back out and start juicing again, because that was something back when I was having my treatment for cancer in 2020 that I really loved to do. And I could see the benefits on my health with juicing, and just kind of got out the habits, fizzled out a little bit. So that's one thing. And my juicer was not cheap. And it sat there, and my husband's like, oh, that was a waste of money. So I need to get the juicer back out and start, looking after my body a little bit more with regards to that.
That's a wonderful intention. I thought you were going to say your trek, because you've got quite a big thing on the horizon.
Well,
I thought that might have been the thing that got the answer there.
Not that I'm putting that to the back of my mind or anything. Yes, we do have a trek in the Sahara Desert, as you do in December, just because.
But juicer comes
but
first.
The juicer's first, yeah, absolutely. But no, well, maybe talk about that later on. Let's see if I can weave that in with one of my answers.
Oh, well, there you go,
but yes.
We call that foreshadowing in the business. That's become fantastic. What kind of activities do you do that kind of keep you present in the moment?
When I was thinking about this, if I want to really be present in the moment and my brain is going a million miles an hour, actually just very simple, like deep breathing really helps. So I'll just like breathe through my mouth, my nose, and breathe out through my mouth, and just close my eyes even just for a few seconds, just grounds me a little bit. So that seems to be a strategy that I've somehow learned to just, stay in the moment, I suppose.
Breathing is such a powerful thing, isn't it? It's a great way to reconnect.
It is, it really is. And I think it can calm you when you're having a bit of a panic, or you're, or whatever's happening, and you just need to be like, oh my gosh, like I just need to calm for a minute. Though just taking those deep breaths just seems to work for me personally. So yeah.
No, really good answer. Conscious breathing. Do you ever do any box breathing or anything like that?
No, I have looked at that, but I'm not very good at remembering exactly what to do with things. And I just steady. Whatever works for me, just deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth kind of thing. Seems to work.
Lovely. No, spot on. Good answer. Okay, so that's the present, and now let's think about the past. Have you got a bad habit that you should let go?
Yeah, this one was very easy. And I've been saying it as a New Year's resolution for probably about 6 years or something ridiculous, and I just never do it. And it's that thing of scrolling on your phone at night and just being on your phone far too much. I do, for my work, I'm on my phone as well, so it's not always just scrolling, but if I'm, honest, a lot of it is just scrolling and just going into that pit of Instagram reels and, that kind of thing. And yeah, just on it quite late at night when I should be getting a nice good night's sleep, because we all know how good sleep is for you, and I know you guys have done a lot on that. So it's something that I'm so conscious of, but it's a really hard cycle to break. So
it's tricky when there's that blurred line between your normal life and your professional life, though, isn't it? Because when you keep having to come back to your phone, there's that trigger, and then you're on there, aren't you?
I know, and I think that's part of the problem, but I have to be accountable that I could be better. So now I've said it out loud to everybody, maybe that will be the trigger to be right, put your phone down. It's 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. You don't need to be scrolling Instagram.
You know what? You're not the first one saying phone.
Really? Okay.
And it's the same for me as well at the minute.
Scary, isn't it?
YouTube's the one for me. And it's
Oh,
watching
right.
videos I didn't even know I wanted to watch.
Well, this is it. It's
Yeah.
dangerous, isn't it? You get sucked in.
What are you learning about currently?
Again, this one I did have to think about a little bit, and I do agree. Obviously, watch Maureen's lovely episode on the podcast, and you are always learning, I think, as a person. But for me, a lot of the learning that I'm doing now is actually like I'm not sitting reading it from a book. I'm like living it and just trying to do my best, and it's with my children. So I've got 2 boys who are 12 and 10. And my daughter's 6. So with the boys, they're at the age where they both have a phone now, which is like a big thing, obviously, with the youngsters having technology. And I'm just learning how to navigate, like trying to be the best parent I can to look after them, but also to give them that little bit of freedom. And they don't have social media yet, but they're asking for TikTok and stuff. And it's like, what's the best thing to do kind of thing. So that's a whole learning thing that I'm on at the moment with that. And with my daughter, she does a lot of dancing. So I'm also learning how to be a dance mom.
Nice.
The whole dance world, and learning about tutus and costumes and hair and competitions and that whole world. So slightly different from sort of a skill or, a hobby as such. But my learning's sort of just an ongoing process of having me kids, I suppose.
But that's a wonderful thing to learn together as well, isn't it? Because there's no right way to navigate these things, and you kind of got to find them together as a parent and a child.
Well, this is it. It's always, for whatever stage you're at as a parent, it's an ongoing process, and I'm sort of in the pre-teen world now, so yeah, it's a little bit more challenging, I suppose. But
I feel like pre-teens are like teens when I was younger. I feel like they're aging quicker nowadays, but I don't know whether that's because of phones and
possibly. Luckily, like both my boys are quite young for their age, if that makes sense. Right. So they don't have a lot of social media. Well, they don't have any social media. The phones are very basic. I do police what they do. They're not very streetwise. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you wouldn't look at them and think, wow, like they're acting like a lot older than their age. They probably act a bit younger than their age. But again, then you question yourself, like, is that the right thing? Like, it's just hard. It's hard being a parent for any parents out there. Each stage of your children's journey, you are learning. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm putting a lot of my time. Don't have a lot of time for hobbies to like learn a craft or anything at the moment, but certainly children keeping me on my toes.
I think that's a great answer, and what a great thing to be learning about, and obviously actively learning about these things, because there isn't a manual to being a parent. I'm not a parent yet, but as an uncle, I love being an uncle. That's great fun because you get a hand and back.
My brother's luxury. A brilliant fun uncle. He gets the best jobs,
It's a great job. I love being an uncle. It's one of the best things. What about your physical health? What's your favourite way to move?
So I have been going to the gym. Very proud of myself.
Well
Can't
done.
believe I'm a gym girl. For over 3 years now, just around 3 years. I do small group PT sessions twice a week, which isn't, it's not 5 days a week or anything like that, but I'm very, very consistent, and that is something that I've had to make a habit, like a positive habit. So I block my diary out, and I always go on a Wednesday and a Friday, 9:30, and I do my strength training. So I do weightlifting. Can't actually believe that I do that, but absolutely love it. It's just something that is now a non-negotiable for me. And I do feel like it helps, obviously, with me feeling like I'm doing something positive for my body, but also for your mental health. And just, as you get older, especially as a woman, like knowing that I am stronger. I mean, I'm not like obviously massively muscly or anything yet, but I track my own progress, and I'm making progress on myself. So yeah, love a Friday deadlift.
Brilliant.
Wednesday bench press. Bring it on.
Lovely. And so who's that? Is it like with friends, or is it with kind of like
so
a small...
I just go to a small gym, but like because I've been going a long time, like I've made loads of friends there. So it's such an amazing community. And it's just like a really important part of my life now. My husband goes as well, but he goes at early morning, so we don't do the same sessions, but it's just, again, just something really like valuable for your health. But I also like walking. Don't do enough of it, to be honest, because a lot of my work is at home. I've got the dog now, so that helps me get my steps in a bit more. But, doing hikes and treks and stuff, like we talked about my Sahara Desert Trek that I'm going to be doing in December, raising money for Live Well with Cancer. I just like sort of pushing myself, and if one of my friends is doing a crazy challenge, I will say yes and just do it and think about the logistics later. That's one thing that actually having cancer has taught me, is actually just say yes, figure it out later,
Totally.
Don't overthink it and be like, oh no, couldn't do that. Just be like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. That's lovely. So if you could do one thing now that you enjoy, what would it be?
You're going to laugh at this. I was thinking long and hard about this. And do you know what? I love my children and my family dearly, and they are my life, do everything I do is for them. However, if I could do anything now, I'd go out for cocktails with the girls.
Nice.
Is that really bad?
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
You need that self-care, that time as a mom is amazing, but it makes you appreciate and value getting a little bit of time for you as well.
100%.
And I like a couple of cheeky cocktails, I won't lie,
Well, when you're talking about your learning being about your kids as well, that shows the intent as a mother. So yeah. I'm fully for enjoy being that part of life, which is selfish, you know what I mean?
This is it, yeah.
And if you're going to go out and have a few drinks with the girls, what better way to spend the night?
Yeah, that sounds great.
What's your cocktail of choice?
Well, I quite like a fruity cocktail.
Right.
So I love like a mojito, something like that. Or a daiquiri, or you can't have too many of them though, or you'll be like absolutely buzzing. Espresso martini.
That's mine.
Yeah,
I love an espresso martini.
So I just try everything. I like a long drink, so not like something that's going to be gone in like a second. But yeah, I love my cocktails.
What's your favorite way of connecting with other people?
So I love I like talking to people. Love to chat and meet new people, and just having a chat with someone, whether I know them really well or not, like over a coffee. I love to go for coffee and just to chill in like a different coffee place, and just chat with people and actually just listening to them. I feel like I'm quite a good listener, dare I say it. And I think you find a lot about someone if you just let them talk and just be an ear for them, whether it's deep stuff or just random stuff. I think it's a really nice way to connect with people. So yeah, probably go for a cuppa and chat.
I love a cafe. There's nothing. I mean, Jay, we spend most of our time in cafes one way or the other, and it's just that sitting opposite someone, enjoying a drink and talking about whatever's happening.
Yeah, I mean, if there's an opportunity to get a coffee wherever I am, even if I'm out with the dog and there's a little coffee van, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get a coffee. Yeah. It's like the highlight of my day. So I guess my one self-care that I do every month, I get my nails done. I mean, I've got my blingy nails there. I was at an event a few weeks ago and it was Wicked themed, so hence the pink.
Oh, right, okay, nice.
Pink and green.
Yeah.
But it's my one non-negotiable. I get my nails done, but it's like I know the lady really well. We'll have a chat, we'll have a cuppa, and we'll put the world to rights for an hour and a half, and then I leave with lovely fresh nails. I mean, they're my real nails, man.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey. Gel on them, yeah.
No, they look really nice. No wonder.
So that's my one self-care that I do stick to. I'd love to go for massages and facials and things like that, but I'm not consistent with it.
Yeah.
But in a very shallow way, my nails.
I think that's a good answer. I think that's it. And they're cool. I'm like that.
They are. That
is nice.
They get a lot of attention, I have to say.
Will they last until the Wicked Part 2? We're not far off the next bit, are we?
I don't think so, because I think I'm going back in a couple of weeks to get fresh ones.
Well, fair play. Nice. Lovely. And now the last question is possibly the hardest question to answer.
Okay.
So it's a dystopian future. We're losing all fruits and vegetables.
Right.
But you have the power to save 5. Which 5 are you saving?
I love this. Okay. So fun fact, I did go vegan for a year and a half.
Right.
After my cancer diagnosis. I'm not vegan anymore, but I think it's good to try different diets, different lifestyles. And we do still eat a lot of vegan food. So I love my veggies. 5, it's hard just to pick 5 because actually when you combine them all and make a lovely meal, I just love them. But I'm going to go 2 fruits. So strawberries, it's the obvious one, isn't it? Everyone loves strawberries, and melon.
Right.
And then my vegetables, broccoli.
Yeah.
The kids all will eat broccoli, so we'll have it with every blooming meal. So broccoli's up there. And mushrooms.
Right.
Again, you can do a lot with a mushroom. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea. And what was my last one? I can't remember. I'm going to go aubergine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Bit where you're
expecting
not
a machine,
expecting
though.
that. I think if you eat veggie food or vegan food, like
Aye.
you can do a lot with those vegetables. So there you go.
That's a nice, you've done well. You've got quite a nice balanced plate there. Few veg, a couple of nice fruits to finish it off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, really good. Lovely. But just a quick outline, we're looking for 11 players, including a captain.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the captain's... I'm
okay.
assuming the captain's Alan Shearer, but I'm not going to put that in there.
Maybe.
3 subs.
Yeah.
And then 1 manager.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, would you like to start with your goalkeeper?
Yeah. Okay. So this was controversial because when I was younger, Shay Given was... I had a picture of him on my wall, Ben.
Handsome man.
Yeah, he was. He was very up there for me. However, both my boys have played in goal before, and my son Finley, until very recently, was a goalkeeper, and his absolute idol was Nick Pope,
Right.
and it still is really. And we're very lucky enough to actually get someone I know met him and got a signed shirt for him, so it's on the wall. So I couldn't not say Nick Pope.
He's got to be in.
So he is my goalkeeper.
Brilliant.
Yeah, for Finley.
No, I think that's fair. I know, it's something like a signed shirt that lives long in the memory.
This is it.
Yeah,
I know.
Totally. Well deserved. Well deserved, Popey. What about your defence?
Right. Well, apparently I'm doing a 4-3-3. So I was told by the family.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but so I've got me right back. We're being very specific here. I've got Trips.
Brilliant.
I mean, self-explanatory, really, isn't it? Good player. And it's going to sound like I've basically just picked the current Newcastle defence and basically using it. But that wasn't my intention. It just kind of happened. So that's my right back. Right, left back, I had to pick my other son's favourite player, Lewis Hall.
Ah, I love Lewis Hall.
So he plays the same position as my oldest son, Jenison. Right. So that's why I've picked him. He's also really good.
He's brilliant.
Apparently.
He's brilliant. No, he is. He's class. I like him because he looks like he's from like World War One. He just looks like a little cheeky Cockney chap, but he supports the tune as that. He's class. I love Lewis Hall.
So then we've got 2 centre backs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have gone Dan Burn.
It's hard not to.
It's big Dan Burn, isn't it? You can't not. And then I've gone a bit rogue. My brother helped me with this. We've gone Philippe Albert from the old days. Because I needed to fill that space. But I do remember his name. Couldn't tell you what he looks like, but I know when I was younger, he was...
Do you remember when we beat Man U 5-0?
No. Oh.
You do, man.
Possibly.
It's Philippe Albert. Oh! Unbelievable moment.
I think my dad had that on a mug.
I'm sure he will. It's a nice, proper iconic. It was like the best days of tune fun ever.
Oh,
he was great, Philippe Albert. Belgian.
Well, he's in there.
Great defence, really strong.
Wow, yeah. Dream team. So then we're moving on to midfield. Is that right?
Yeah.
Look at me.
Hey, you're
my knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Just a bit more confidence and you'll be flying there. Yeah.
So we've got 3 midfield, apparently. Okay, so we've got an iconic Newcastle legend in Peter Beardsley.
Brilliant.
Fun fact about that, he went to my old high school. Not at the same time as me, obviously.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, that was our high school's claim to fame at the time. Okay, then I've gone for Gaza.
Right, wow.
Yeah. And then I've got Bruno.
Brilliant.
How good is that for a midfield?
That's so
Can you
creative.
imagine? I know.
Wow.
So we've got...
So entertaining as well.
Yeah, characters.
Yeah, loads of characters in the
absolutely.
field. Not a lot of defensive work going on.
But
that's
it's fine. I've got another one as well, apparently. I've got Joe Linton. I've gone wild. I've gone 4 midfielders.
Okay.
I'm just making my own rules up there.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So we've got... I mean, you can't really have Bruno without Joe Linton, can you?
I mean, it's like ant and deck. They go together.
It is a bit. But then I am going retro for my last 2 spaces.
Brilliant.
So I've got 2 forwards. I'm not worried because they're both brilliant. So I don't think we need a third in there. But I've gone for Les Ferdinand.
Unreal.
Because obviously with Peter Beardsley, Les Ferdinand, good teamwork. And then obviously I've got Shearer, haven't I? Because who wouldn't?
Yeah, I just assumed everyone was going to have Shearer and then everything else would follow. Who's your captain then?
Well, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, just to be a bit different, I'm going to go for Bruno because I do think I love his personality and the way that he just loves Newcastle to death and the way he just, he does a great job for us. So yeah.
Nice. Really, really good. And then you've got 3 subs. 3 special
Well,
mentions.
I did put Shay Given in as a sub
Nice.
because, you never know. Nick Pope might get injured.
Exactly. Aye. You don't want to stick it. You don't want to stick a midfielder in net.
Well, there you go. And then I've put Sandro Tonali
Brilliant.
and Rob Lee.
Oh, right. Yeah, nice.
Who both came up in the chat with the family.
Yeah.
There was no room in my 11, so they're in the subs.
Really nice. And then who's your manager?
So manager, I have gone Bobby Robson.
He was a legend, wasn't he?
Absolute legend. And actually, I've got a very quick story for you on Bobby Robson.
Doesn't have to be quick.
So my dad, obviously born and bred Newcastle, lifelong Newcastle fan. He worked as a taxi driver in town for a long time.
Right.
And one day he was dropping someone off in town, and he's a bit like me. He's a bit, forgetful and ditzy sometimes. But he'd gone out the car because the passenger hadn't come out, and he had forgot to put his handbrake on his car. And his car had rolled across 2 lanes of road near Jesmond in town, rolled across like a busy road and ended up like on the other side of the road on the embankment. So luckily, like, he hadn't crashed into anyone. I don't know how. It was a miracle. He came out trying to find his passenger, saw his car wasn't there, and was like, oh my goodness, like, what on earth has happened? And then before he could think straight, some man was standing, got out of his car, pulled over, and was shouting at my dad, ranting and raving about this car and how it had nearly crashed into his car and caused an accident. And my dad was so shocked at what had happened because he was obviously mortified that this had happened. And the person ranting and raving at him out of the car was Bobby Robson.
Was it really?
When he was manager of Newcastle. So that's my dad's claim to fame. He nearly killed Bobby Robson. That would not have been a good vibe, would it?
See, I didn't know where that story was going, and I wasn't expecting that. Brilliant.
So that's our little, my dad's little, he's got many taxi stories, but one of his more iconic ones. Yeah.
Well, Bobby, and that's as good a reason as any to put him as boss. Class. All right, that's really good. Well, good tuning and good work from the family there. I think that's that's an exciting football team. Definitely. We're going to transition in. We're just going to do a few quick fire questions, and then we're going to talk liver cancer. So, what's your favourite movie?
So it's got to be Forrest Gump.
Brilliant.
I've watched it so many times. I love Tom Hanks, and it's just, I just love it. I don't know, it's all the emotions in one movie. I think,
great film. Favourite musical artist?
I really struggled with this. I don't know if I've got one.
Do you not?
No.
Do you just like
I've
all
got
sorts?
such a random music taste, and then I fixate on someone for ages and then move on to the next person.
Who you on currently?
I'm listening to musicals at the moment.
I love
I'm really
musicals.
into musicals. And
what's your favourite musical?
Oh, that's so hard though, isn't it?
I know. Book of Mormon for me.
Oh, no, I've not seen that.
Unbelievable.
I should have went when it was here recently.
Hamilton's
I love Lion King. Hamilton, I went to see it twice when it was here. Just obsessed with that. Six, the soundtrack. I love that. It's probably not my favourite one, but I love the soundtrack. Yeah, just loads. That's my vibe at the minute.
I love it. I've got a musicals playlist, and I love it. It's a great. That's my sing along. If I'm in a good mood, I put my musicals on.
Absolutely, yeah, they're great.
Class.
Good energy.
Do you have a favourite song?
I do, and it's dead random because I'm really into the cheesy pop 90s and all this stuff. But actually, my favourite song is Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits.
Oh, right, yeah, great
so
tune.
random, but I think it's because my dad loves that kind of era music, and he just used to play it a lot growing up, so it kind of reminded me of my dad. And then actually there's just so many parts of the song that I love, and just I don't know, just really like it.
It's a great tune.
So yeah.
When I worked in a camp in America when I was at uni. I was a tennis coach, but I made sure everyone called us the Sultan of Spin based on that song. That was my tennis nickname because I was just a slicer. I wasn't very good at tennis, but I could do a nice backhand. Yeah, Sultan of Spin. It didn't really take off. Favorite book?
Okay, so this was an easy one actually. It is the book that I was named after. Randomly, and I only really recently read it.
Jane Austen?
No, but similar vibe. It's called A Woman of Substance by Barbara Taylor Bradford. And the main protagonist in there, the main person, is an incredible character called Emma.
Wow.
Emma Hart, yeah. So if you've not read that book, it's absolute epic. I had to do it on audiobook to actually keep going with it. It's honestly, it's days on an audiobook. It's like this is a text, it's a novel. But it's worth persevering. It's such an incredible story. There's loads of other versions as well, and I've got to the fifth book, and it's not quite as good as the first one is so good, but it made me really proud that my mum had named me after this character because she's an incredible woman. Absolutely amazing.
I was wondering how it took you so long to read the book you're named after, but if it's a big one.
It was on the bookshelf for years. I thought, I'm going to get the audio book.
Yeah.
So yeah, a really amazing book.
I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad you
I know, me too.
Yeah. I'm named after her.
I know.
Spot on. Do you have a favourite game show?
I do, I was devastated when this finished. A generation game back in the day, Saturday night TV, bit of Bruce Forsyth, and I always said I'd love to go on that game show, and then I obviously never applied. And then obviously that was a long time ago.
I reckon that'll come back.
Do you think?
The game shows always... Bullseye's coming back. All these game shows are coming back around for a second.
Well, let's watch this space, hey?
Fingers crossed. Graham Norton hosting.
I would love to go on a game show, actually. It's one of those things that was sort of on my bucket list. Yeah. And I have applied for the odd thing here and there, but never really had much success other than like a phone call back or whatever. So I need to take some hints and tips off you, to be honest. But I
actually wrote a book on it called The Art of Applying.
I was telling my mum about this because my uncle's desperate to get on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right,
so I have to get him a copy of your book by Christmas.
Well, exactly. Do you know what? If he wants to chat, I'm happy to have a look.
Oh, thank you.
The thing about game show applications is, basically what you're trying to do is fill like a minute or 2 minutes of screen time. So as long as you've got a few little bits of interest, like you'll have plenty. You'll have absolutely loads. Just definitely. The Sahara's enough. I remember one episode of Pointless when the interesting fact was from a woman was that she'd been to one karate class. That was her interesting
That was her interesting fact.
She'd been to one karate class. It's like, well, that's not about fair play. You got picked. Who am I to judge? It just didn't seem like a high bar.
Yeah.
So if you are applying, let us know, and I'll happily have it.
Thanks, Ben.
I'll happily offer some feedback.
Let's watch this space.
And then a fun fact about yourself.
Again, I found this quite hard, but I suppose it would be that I have climbed to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And that was after my cancer diagnosis as well.
Amazing.
So, yeah, very proud of myself.
Too, it's a wonderful experience, isn't it?
Very, very challenging. I wouldn't do it again, but I would recommend anyone do it.
Yeah, it's not a repeater, is it?
Not for me. Not for me personally. It was very tough, but
yeah. How was summit night for you?
Probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I've done some pretty hard stuff.
It's horrendous, isn't it?
I don't know how. It's just a mental game at that point, really. Yeah, really, really challenging. But I'll never ever forget when we turned round after walking all night. Like, I did think that I was going to lose my hands and toes, and I'd come to terms with it. I thought, well, I'm not stopping. So I've come this far. It's like day 9 or something ridiculous. I'm probably just going to get frostbite in my fingers and toes forever, and they'll have to be amputated, but I'll just keep going. Yeah. That was the mindset at the point, because I was so freezing. And then we turned round, and there was this most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen in my life. It was so, and you know what I'm like, I always take pictures of everything. I'm obsessive about video and photographs. I've always been this way. And I just really wanted to video it, but I was so cold, I couldn't move my hands to get my phone out or take my glove off. A couple of the other people, luckily on the trip, have got a couple of pictures of it. But it was just the most stunning sunrise I've ever seen in my life after that grueling last bit of walk. And then you think you're at the top, and it's actually another 2 hours before you actually get there. But so worth it. So worth it.
I'd made me peace with dying on something.
Yeah, you do, don't you? It's crazy.
About 8 hours in, pissing down with snow, colder than you've ever been in your life. And it was like, you know what? If it just ended now, at least that's it. But then for me, the sun rose over the mountain, and I knew I was going to live. And that was the most beautiful feeling I've ever had in my life, because I just totally made peace with it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So
it's what your brain does. Yeah.
So tired.
Yeah.
Sick of your life.
Absolutely.
People just being sick beside you.
We're really selling it, aren't we?
No, exactly. Get yourself up, Tilly. No, it's the reality.
But it is, like I said, I wouldn't do it again because I know what to expect. Yeah. And it was incredibly hard. But I would honestly recommend anyone do it for themselves, because it really is a journey of growth, and you can really do hard things. You know, I actually had my birthday up there.
Did you?
Yeah. The first day we started the trek was my birthday.
Wow.
They made me a cake, bless them, and took it, I had it all there. But that was pretty much 2 years since my diagnosis that I did it. So it was a really big achievement for a lot of reasons.
Oh, absolutely.
Raised a lot of money for Bowel Cancer charity as well at the time. So yeah, it was amazing.
And you've been Africa sealing. On the when I got to see it, I hadn't put suntan lotion on before we'd done it, because it was the night before, and then a guy asked us to put some on him, and I was struggling with oxygen, and I put it on him, but I forgot to put it on my face. and I got 3rd-degree burns on my face on the way coming down the mountain, proper heat stroke. But it was the best like chemical for my skin that I've ever had. About 3 weeks later, my skin was
like
all brand spanking new.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. So yeah, it's not an enjoyable journey. I think that's fair to say about Killy, but it's very worthwhile and very meaningful. A couple of quick ones to finish. Serious questions.
Okay.
Ant or Dec?
Oh gosh. It's so hard, isn't it? Because they're so lovely. I'm going to go for Ant.
Ant.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Because my dad had him in his taxi once and he gave him a really good tip.
Oh, right, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's as good a reason as any. And then if you're in St. James's Park,
right,
are you a Toon or a Black and White Army?
Probably a Black and White Army.
I'm a Black.
Yeah.
It's fun to sing. It's fun to sing. Lush. Right, well, that's the banter section done. Let's move on to the liver over cancer section.
Amazing.
Next, what was life like before liver over cancer for you?
I mean, I can't really put a pinpoint when the charity sort of came into my life, really, because that whole time for me is very, I don't know if it's a coping strategy, but it's all very blurred and very, I can't remember timelines so well, but probably quite lonely, kind of navigating, recovering from, having cancer and having treatment, surgery and everything that involves. You do, and I know this is one of the major things about the charity, is it's not just the during, it's the after. And that was, dare I say it, the hardest part for me was the after, being told, okay, you're fine now. And then being like, oh, sorry, what? Like, have my central line removed, like you didn't need any chemo anymore. And I was just like, what the heck? And actually, that I really, really struggled mentally for probably almost a year with that. And that's when I think it was around that time that I found Maureen and the charity and really, got support that way.
Yeah.
And threw myself into trying to support other people as well, which has also been kind of a coping strategy for me throughout this whole thing.
Yeah. Well, and that does you credit though, because I think, when you go through something, you find a gap that you're experiencing, it's kind of like, well, how can I help other people do that as well? You knew you had a link with my mum before?
Well, my mum had cancer actually going back to 2007. She had leukemia when I was at university and just starting my teaching career at the time. And I think Maureen was one of the nurses who was looking after my mum at the time, and they just had a really good bond. And my mum's never ever forgotten what Maureen did. She was way more than, dare I say it, just a nurse or anything like that. It was like having a friend. So there was that kind of connection there.
Did you know about that when you're getting into the charity, or
no,
just quite by chance?
No,
right, yeah,
it was very, and I don't even remember the initial moment of where we connected. I think it might have been through social media and that kind of thing, but it just, I just feel like sometimes fate happens and the universe just, does its thing, and connects people. It's almost like a full circle moment, that I'm able to now help other people with the charity that Maureen set up from experience of helping people like my mum. And my mum's been in remission for years now. So she's, an amazing survivor herself as well.
What were the kind of first steps with the charity?
Well, I honestly, I don't, and Maureen might remember more than me, but I don't fully remember how it all happened. I think it was social media. And then I think I won a competition that you were doing in COVID. So I must have connected, during 2020 at some point. And then Maureen dropped the prize, which was some books off at my house. And then I think after that, we ended up meeting up for a coffee at some point. I think I attended an online Zoom, one of the sessions that you were running. Right, I don't know if it was maybe on sleep or
that sounds about right.
Something like
relaxation,
that. Maybe something like that. And it just sort of I want to say spiraled in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously before you had the premises, you were doing things very locally to me at the Sands of Tyne Cafe when I obviously lived near there. So just getting involved with things slowly, kind of thing. And then obviously chatted with Maureen about how I could maybe be more involved with the charity. And then, that's how it sort of started.
That leads us lovely into the next question.
What does it?
Yes. So what's been your role in the charity, obviously, since you've been involved?
So because I have such a hectic, crazy life, I really wanted to be involved with Live Well with Cancer, but I didn't want the pressure of being a trustee or a really important status within the charity, because I thought that would be too much pressure for me. So Maureen was like, we would absolutely love you to be an ambassador for our charity. So that's my role. I am an ambassador for Live Well with Cancer, and I'll shout about this charity, forever. So I fundraise for you guys. I run a group through the charity, which I'll maybe mention a bit more detail later on.
All right, okay,
something else.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
And just get involved. I'm there. I've ran. So with my work, I do skincare. So I've run skincare workshops for a lot of the ladies, helping them, after treatment when your skin's just not as it should be, or as it, it feels uncomfortable, and just supporting women with those things. I do the fair, just getting involved in as many ways that I feel I can without obviously, overloading myself, because I know what I'm like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, but you do loads. You do plenty for the charity, and there's some kind of, because what was the fundraiser you did? It was like
I've done a few now. Yeah,
I
ran a crazy bingo night.
That sounded like fun. Remember,
it was really good actually. It was just like anything, it's stressful, isn't it?
Of course.
Trying to get bums on seats, get all the logistics, get things sorted. But I had a lot of support from some friends with this, and it was amazing. So good. And obviously the kids, my last surgery was 2 years ago, almost to the day. It was in September 23. And the next day, all three of my kids were doing the junior Great North Run. So my husband took them still just to keep everything normal. And I was just getting all these pictures while I was recovering. And they raised over £1,000 for Live Well with Cancer. I ran the Great North Run last year, dressed as a poo, because why not raise awareness of bowel cancer? Well, you're doing something crazy. And again, raise money for you guys. So it's just when you can see where the money goes and how important it is for smaller charities, it just makes you want to fundraise as much as you can. Like I say with the Sahara Trek, I just want to try and raise as much as I can for you guys. So
what's that involved in the Sahara Trek? Is it like 10 days of what? How is it just walking through the desert?
So it's like a loop in the Sahara Desert. So we're not trekking across the whole thing.
I was going to say.
It's all very organised through a company called Charity Challenge. So it's all like, I just have to arrive. They'll tell me what to do, I feel like if I can do Killy, I can do the Sahara. Yeah. That's my mantra.
Yeah, totally. Totally. That'd be lush. That'd be a really cool trip. Do you have a highlight for me time with Live Well?
Probably setting up my Bowel Cancer Support Group. Yeah. So this was something, like trying to help people, so if I rewind a little bit, so when I was obviously first diagnosed with bowel cancer, it was like early 2020. And I was one of those naive people who thought bowel cancer was like something that old men got. Yeah. And I thought I was literally the only person in the world at my age. I was 36 when I was diagnosed. My daughter was 8 months old, I thought I was the only person my age to be diagnosed. So I had, on Instagram, sort of looking, hashtagging a few things, and actually found an amazing community of people who had been diagnosed very similarly to me, women, young families. And that really helped me to know that I wasn't alone. And I would be looking for positive stories for people who had what I had, which was bowel cancer with liver mets.
Okay.
And when I found someone who had that, who was living 5, even 10 more years later, that was what got me through, thinking, okay, well, if they can, I can. And having that hope and that positive mindset has been massive for me. So now I'm in a really great position, and fingers crossed, I'm great at the moment. I want to be that person for someone else, and I want to share my story and to really, help other people to get through their journeys, but to try and show them that it is possible. Like you can, get through it, and whatever that looks like for them, and just be sort of a support for people.
It's such an important thing. It's such an important thing for people to see. You want to see the positive stories as well. You want to know that this is what can happen, and that shared experience. Even just talking to people, it doesn't even have to be talking about bowel cancer. I'm guessing your support group probably talks about all sorts of stuff.
Go right off tangent.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah. And we've got men and women alike, all ages, and actually we're building up nicely with the numbers. And there's no pressure for them to come. It's just that place where you can be like, whoa, there's someone else. And I actually encourage people, especially if they're new, to connect with other people who are similar and take numbers, and to have someone. So it's that safe space. We'll have a chat. You can share as much or as little as you want. You can come, every month or whenever you feel like it. And actually, as much as I've facilitated that group because I wanted to have something specific for bowel cancer, because there isn't anything. And actually, a lot of what we go through is very different to other treatments for cancer, different cancers, or every cancer's treatment path is going to look different. Bowel cancer, again, very different. And sometimes it can be that thing where it can be a bit awkward for people to talk about bowel habits and poo and stomas and things like that. So it's that safe space where we can be really specific and just connect with other people who get it. And that's just and actually that group do not know how much they've helped me.
Yeah.
They are absolutely incredible.
It's a wonderful thing, to go through something and then take what you've learned and want to give that back and help other people. It was so nice seeing you all at the Live Well fashion show because you had such a lovely little trio, the three of you who were up there
I know I might cry if I think about it.
Yeah.
But the fashion show was amazing as well, and
there was genuine affection between you, and it came across.
Yeah, they're just so lovely. So yeah, we got to Jill and Peter and myself. We had our own little group, and we had our Chumbawamba song, which was suggested because, if we get knocked down, we just get up again, and that's what we do. But yeah, they're just absolutely amazing people. So blessed to know them.
Yeah, and you deserve a lot of credit for that because you made that happen. That you were very much the driving factor. I know there's people coming from like Manchester because there's so few things around for bowel cancer.
We'll have people who really travel for that group. I think after we had the first group, obviously, like I was a bit nervous. Would anyone come? We had some people. And when everybody left, I literally just like crumbled in like a chair and just started crying. And Maureen was like, you did that? And I was like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, But yeah, I mean, selfishly, like helping people helps me though.
Of course.
Like I do get things out of it and it does help me on my journey of, getting through life.
Yeah. There's nothing selfish about
that. To know that you're kind of giving back and doing something good, I just get so much from it.
Yeah. That's not selfish. That's contributing. Okay. It's a positive thing, definitely. Definitely, 100%. So we've kind of talked around about the charity. So what does being part of Live Well Cancer mean to you?
A lot. It really means a lot. It gives me purpose, and for a long time when you're going through cancer, you lose your purpose a little bit. I couldn't look after my kids because I was too poorly. And I'm sure a lot of people will relate to that. You lose your identity. You're not going to be the same person again, like after your diagnosis, no matter how much you may want to be, it changes you. And I like to think I'm a better person now. I've learned so much. I'm very different, but in a good way. But finding a purpose in life is very important. And I do feel like I have purpose in lots of areas of my life just now. But being part of the charity and giving back and being able to do what I do and support you guys and run things that I do and get involved in my way that I know that I can do it's so important to me. It gives me that purpose.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to have. And I think a lot of the time, we're kind of defined by our adversity. The things we go through and the challenges we overcome that really do kind of change who we are. And, you look at things like Kilimanjaro, that changes your outlook on life because you've gone through the hard journey. It's like, actually, this is how hard it can be. And I got through it. Something like a cancer diagnosis, I didn't see it was coming at all. You go through the hardships of what that involves.
Yeah.
But the wisdom that comes out the other end, the friendship that comes out the other end, the appreciation of life, wonderful things. But you wouldn't necessarily have them without the challenge. So it's good.
Yeah, this is exactly it. Everything you've just said there just resonates so much. And I think because my children were so young when I was going through this, like my daughter was a baby, the boys were very young. I can't even remember 4 and 6 or something. Like I didn't want their memories of me to be, oh, mum had cancer.
Yeah.
Whatever happens in the future, luckily, I'm good. But, you do think about things. I wanted them to be like, my mum had cancer and then she climbed Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
My mum had cancer and then she fundraised like thousands and thousands of pounds for charity.
Yeah.
I wanted them to think about the positive things that I've done, which is why I always push myself to do crazy things and hard things because not just for the children, for me as well, but I want them to they know that I've had cancer, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it's come back twice since my diagnosis, so they know. But I don't want them to think that's all I am.
Yeah.
There's so much more, you know.
How were them conversations with the kids? Because they're young, aren't they? They're young when they're...
Yeah, I think initially we did use the word cancer back then, but they didn't know what it was.
Of course
They didn't
not.
understand the connotations of that. But we've always used, bowel cancer, and we always said this is happening to get mum better.
Yeah.
So it was always, this is because mum needs to get better. That was the way that we looked at it, and I think everyone's different. There's no right or wrong way when you've got young children. And I think some people may choose to tell, some people might choose to change their wording, some people might choose to not tell them. And I think it's got to be right for the family. But for me, it was just being open and honest with them and telling them. But actually, only as they've got older do they understand a bit more about it. And when it has come back, and I couldn't bear to tell them it has come back, I just had to say, there's a dodgy bit in my liver.
Right.
That was my way of sort of telling them without telling them.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to go with what you think is best, but it's very difficult.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. It's good that you're in a good place now.
I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's the main
Touch
thing.
wood.
Yeah, definitely. And moving forward,
Not
well,
complacent.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you know what? Like things like living well is the way, and doing things like these challenges, you're physically going to be fitter. That's as good a way as any to kind of boost your chances, keep your well-being in a
Get
good
me
place.
juicer on.
Exactly. Yeah. Get the juicer going.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, second to last question. So you've done really well. What are your hopes for the future of liver oil cancer?
It's quite a big question, isn't it? Because actually, and I don't know if anyone else might relate to this, but I really find it hard to look into the future.
Right.
I think because of my specific diagnosis, I guess the prognosis was never brilliant, and I've defied that. Yay. It's always been sort of challenging to even look 1 year ahead and make plans. So I do find thinking about the future really hard. And again, that might just be me, or maybe it's, other people can relate to that. For me personally, as a personal goal, it's to see the children in adulthood, maybe see them get married, see them in their careers. I can't even visualize that.
No.
I don't know if a normal person could or what, but I do find that really difficult. But that's just my dream, to be there for them as they turn into adults and see the humans that they've become. Yeah. But I guess with the charity, it's just to continue to be involved, keep raising money.
Yeah.
And just try to support you guys as much as I can. I have got actually quite a few ideas that when Maureen's back in the saddle, we're going to have a coffee and chat.
Yeah.
And see other ways that I can maybe support the patrons of the charity with like facials and skincare and things like that for relaxation. Yeah. So I have ideas, always have ideas, just implementing them that I need to be better at. But lots of ideas. Just want to keep going with the Bowel Cancer Support Group as well. So yeah.
Well, and you've got a big one. You've got a big trek coming up, so that's quite. That's probably quite enough in the pipeline for big ones coming.
Yeah, it's early December. I'm sure it'll all be fine. I will be in the Sahara Trek.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about raising awareness for younger people, particularly who have been diagnosed with bowel cancer, and obviously since my diagnosis, which was in 2020. I feel like, and I don't know if it's because I'm aware and I'm in the space of bowel cancer, and I've got a lot of friends, and communities and charities and stuff, that I feel like it is more prevalent. And obviously Bowel Babe did a lot to raise awareness. I actually did meet her. She interviewed me once on Lorraine live on TV. Wow. Yeah.
And that wasn't the fun fact.
No, that wasn't the fun fact. I forgot about that.
Too many to count.
I know, honestly, it's crazy. But
so you said you haven't done a podcast, but you've done Lorraine.
Yeah, I know, live on Lorraine. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's on my Instagram somewhere. But yeah, it's just like knowing that this can happen to younger people. So I was pregnant when I had my first symptoms, and I was fobbed off that it was pregnancy, that I was too young. I was literally told by doctors I was too young to have cancer. I was too young for it to be bowel cancer. And I had to push and buy a private stool sample test myself to get into the system to eventually get a colonoscopy where, oh, shock horror, I had very advanced cancer. So that's why I'm so passionate about sharing my story, because I speak to so many women who, I was 36 when I was diagnosed. Like, by the time I was diagnosed, my daughter was 8 months. My pain had started a year before that. So it's just letting people, men, women, whoever, but to advocate for yourself. You know your body better than anyone else, and just to push. If you're not sure, whatever it is, whether it's bowel issues or anything else, like, it's really hard sometimes to be heard. And I don't think doctors mean to, but it's hard. So push and advocate for yourself if you're not feeling right. Because if I hadn't, my colonoscopy was in February 2020, and obviously the country went into lockdown a month after. All routine screening was cancelled. Mine wasn't even classed as urgent. It was routine screening.
Right.
Like, I had to wait about 4 months to get it. If I had have had my appointment maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I think it would have been cancelled. Would I be here today? I honestly don't think I would.
Yeah.
So I feel very lucky that it all happened the way it did for me. But that's because I advocated for myself, and I was heard eventually. But, for a lot of people, they have been back to the doctors with their symptoms for years, some of these people, and they're young women, and then they're all of a sudden diagnosed with bowel cancer because they weren't listened. They were told they were too young, and you are never too young.
Yeah, it's an important message. It's an important message to share. And just quickly, from our end, the awareness is such an important thing. And it's advocating for other people. Advocating for yourself is hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's a skill set, and it's not an easy thing. And if your personality is not that way inclined, so this is why this is so important, and the raising awareness is important. So just a quick shout out again to Hayward and Stuff Productions for making this possible, because obviously things like this conversation here, we're talking about bowel cancer. Someone might be listening to this who is in the same place you were in however many years ago now.
Yeah.
So if this conversation is enough to make them go back to the doctor and force it through, and then that's what makes a difference, I think that's a wonderful thing. It's a very powerful thing.
Absolutely. And I'm always here if anyone wants to reach out to me with questions.
Do you want to give your socials?
I can do, yeah. So I'm just Emma, what am I? Emma Campbell 84 on Instagram. Come and join the fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
slip into my DMs if you want.
Spot on. Lovely. Well, I've really enjoyed the chat. It's been a lovely day.
It's been fab.
It's been lush. We've obviously had a few different kind of interactions over the year, and it's nice to see the journey that we're all going on, united by the same cause. So thank you very much for coming today. Thank you to Hayward. Much appreciated as always. And we'll be back next time for episode 5 of Banter.